You've probably noticed how some typos appear with a red squiggly underline while others are actually fixed for you on the fly. Grammar errors show up with a green squiggly line under them, and when you go to use the check spelling feature, grammar is checked off at the time by default. All of these are options you can choose to leave as is or change, and we do it from the proofing options section of the Word Options dialog. So we're going to go to the Office button up here to check those out. Click the Office button, and then come down here to Word Options and give that a click. We're going to find all of those proofing options under the Proofing heading here, so click Proofing. And you can see we've got all kinds of checkboxes and options that can be set. We're going to start right at the top here with the autocorrect options. And that's the stuff that gets corrected as you type it. So to look at those options, we actually click this button here, Autocorrect Options, to bring open another dialog box. And the autocorrect options are broken into tabs as well. Autocorrect is selected right now, so we're looking at autocorrect options down below. But we've also got the same thing for math, auto formatting as you type, smart tags, and then just plain old auto format over here. But we'll look at our autocorrect options here. And starting at the top, where it says show autocorrect options buttons. So we will see the autocorrect options buttons as we're working on our documents. That's checked off. One thing that happens quite often is as you're typing, you might hold the Shift key for a little bit too long and you don't capitalize just the first character in a word or a sentence, but sometimes two of them get capitalized by accident. Well, that gets automatically fixed. Word sees that and creates a lowercase version of the second capital that you created. Automatically, when you hit the period and start typing a new sentence, that new sentence will be capitalized, the first word that is. I don't always like this because sometimes when you use abbreviations, for example, right after the period, Word thinks that's a new sentence and capitalizes the word for you. So I'm going to turn that one off. Capitalize first letter of table cells, so as you're filling in information in various cells of a table, the first word will be capitalized. That's okay. Capitalize the names of days. Sometimes people don't put a capital M on Monday. Well, Word will do it for you. Correct accidental usage of caps lock key. I love this one. It happens all the time, right? You use your caps lock key to type something in uppercase, and then you forget that it's on. And then you mean to start typing the next sentence. You use the Shift key, and you get the opposite of what you want. Well, Word will see that and fix it for you. It actually turns the caps lock key off for you after as well. Down below we've got a replace text as you type section. So for example, if we look at some of the samples here, we've got a round bracket, a C, and then another round bracket. Well, whenever we type that in a document, it's going to be replaced with the copyright symbol. Same thing goes for registered and trademarks. And as we scroll down this list, there's quite a few actually. These are some commonly misspelled words, like because. A lot of typos happen where it's the U and the A are reversed, and it'll fix it for you. How about I before E except after C? Let's go down to the word receive, how about? Let's see if that's in here. And sure enough, there it is. And you can see there's a couple of versions of it, and it will always be replaced with the correct version. Now we can put our own in here, which is kind of neat. For example, I'm going to use this for creating a shortcut. I'm going to type in ECP, which doesn't exist, and every time I type that, I want it replaced with Eat Cake Patisserie. We'll test that out in a moment, but right now we're going to add it to our list. So there it is, alphabetically on our list, and we'll never have to type out those three words again. We'll just need ECP, and as soon as we hit a space or a return, Word knows to replace that with our three words here. All right, I'm going to click OK. Before we test out that ECP shortcut, let's check out some of the other options here. Down below our autocorrect options is when correcting spelling in Microsoft Office programs. So this is with regard to spelling. Ignore words in uppercase. Ignore words that contain numbers. So our spell checker is going to ignore those words. Ignore internet and file addresses so they won't come across as spelling errors. It'll recognize a URL or an email address. Flag repeated words, so if we accidentally type the same word twice, and suggest from main dictionary only is not selected, so we can use custom dictionaries as well. When correcting spelling and grammar in Word, we do check spelling as we type. That's the red squiggly line that we see. This is kind of cool, contextual spelling. So by default, this is turned on, and contextual spelling fixes those kinds of errors that used to get missed, where, for example, you used the wrong spelling of a word, but it was actually another word in the dictionary. For example, the correct version of the word there. Maybe you were spelling T-H-E-I-R when it should have been T-H-E-Y''-re. That happens all the time. So a Word will find those as well and correct those errors on the fly. Grammar errors are marked as we type with that green line. We talked about that. And remember what I said? Whenever we go into the check spelling and grammar, well, the grammar feature is turned on by default. And here's where we can make it so that it's turned off by default if you only want to check spelling. We can also show readability statistics. That's where Word analyzes the reading level after grammar is checked, and it's based on a couple of reading tests, the Flesch Reading Ease and Flesch Kincaid grade level tests. Down below we've got exceptions, and exceptions are based on the current document only. So you can see right now, I've got job posting 14 in here. That's the document I have open on my screen. So whatever document you have open on your screen, we could actually create exceptions for this document. We can hide spelling errors and hide grammar errors as well. So we'll click OK to save any changes we might have made, and let's test out that ECP shortcut. I'm just going to scroll down to the very bottom of my document. If you don't have a document on your screen, just go up to the Office button and click New, and then we'll create a new blank document. So all you need is a space to type ECP. ECP, as soon as we hit the space bar, look what happens. Aha! Our shortcut works. We'll never have to type that again. So that should save us some time going forward whenever we create any Eat Cake documents.